Last fiscal year, Kohl's did over $16 billion in revenue, and they have over 1,100 stores. And strategically, they've been making some really good moves, whether it's partnering with Amazon or partnering with Sephora. And getting hired there, well, it's really competitive, but it's about to be a lot less competitive for you, because in today's video, I'm going to give you some of the actual questions they ask in their interview process, and I'm going to teach you from a recruiter's perspective exactly what to say so you can nail these questions and get hired. Now, this is video one of a 4-part series. So this 4-pack of videos is supposed to serve as your entire prep, everything you need to know in order to nail your interview with Kohl's. So make sure you watch this entire video and stay tuned to the end, because at the very end, I will tell you the next video here right on the screen. I'll tee it up so you can go from video 1 to video 2. All right, with that being said, let's get started. Now, the first question we're going to cover is, do you feel comfortable promoting the Kohl's credit card? Now, if you have ever worked retail for a place that has a credit card, you understand that it is a priority for them. It is a way that these organizations make money. So they want to hire people who would be really comfortable doing this consistently. When you're ringing people up, when you're talking to customers, they're going to want you to promote this because, again, that's how Kohl's makes money. So the easy answer here is yes, you are comfortable with that. But if you truly want to nail this question, I can tell you, recruiters, what we're looking for is not only the yes with confidence, but also we're looking for something to back that up. Now, what can that be? That could be experience, like, yes, absolutely. In fact, in prior roles, we also had company credit cards, and I was actually really good at getting people to apply and get approved for these cards. Something like that. If you don't have experience like that, you can say, yes, absolutely. I understand that that's part of Kohl's goal, is to get people to sign up for the credit card, and I would see it as part of my job responsibility to make sure I was presenting this every single time. One of those two answers will make them have confidence that you will in fact do this, which is huge if you want to get hired. This next question is, if a card processing machine went down while you were doing a transaction, what would you do? Now, this is a hypothetical, and it's a way that interviewers can find out, in this hypothetical situation, how would you respond? So it's really important to be able to articulate a calm and appropriate reaction to this scenario. So answering it might sound something like this. Oh, I imagine that's something that happens from time to time. What I would do is I would ask them if they had another form of payment. And if they didn't, I would say, okay, well, no problem. Let me get my manager over here and my manager will resolve this. And while I called my manager, like as soon as I called them, then I would make conversation with the customer and making sure that it didn't feel like we were just waiting there, but I would ask them about their trip. Did they find everything they were looking for? And make casual conversation until my manager arrived. There you go. Something like that is just an easy way to answer this question. But it's really important that you're confident in answering and you show them like your thought process of how you would handle a difficult but relatively common situation. The next question is, what would you do to make sure that customers have a positive impression as they enter the store? Now, Kohl's wants their shoppers to have an all-around pleasant experience, because if they have a pleasant experience, it increases the likelihood they're going to come back and they're going to continue to shop at Kohl's. So they want to hire people who are going to make sure the people who come in have a great experience. Now, there's a few different ways to answer this, but at a high level, what you just want to do is make sure you're doing what you need to do as an employee to make sure it is pleasant for them. So the simple things are, you want to smile at people coming in, you want to greet them, ask them if they need help finding anything. Like, these are the things you want to be able to say. So you can make it your own. If you can reference a job you had in the past where this was part of your responsibility, I think that helps. But again, this isn't a question that should take any more than a minute to answer. An answer might sound something like this. I think that's something that's a big part of the role. For me, in past roles, I was also responsible for making sure that the people who came in had a great time. And for me, it's pretty easy. I like to smile at everybody who comes in, ask them how they're doing, and if they need any help, any help finding anything. There you go. I mean, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And if you do that, you'll get it right. The people who get this wrong are people who are like deer in a headlight and they don't know what to say. And they go, yeah, well, I would want to make sure that, like that type of thing. But if you have an answer, it's already rehearsed, you're probably going to do great. Now, if you want to do great in every interview you have for the rest of your life, go down into the description box, and in there I have my full interview prep guide. It's essentially like having me be your personal interview coach. I take you through a variety of different exercises. I teach you how to answer critical questions, and is a full-on prep guide for everything you need to be an excellent interviewer. The next question is, can you describe your customer service experience? Now, I'll approach this in two ways. One, if you do have experience. Two, if you don't. Now, if you do, what they're basically looking here is for you to quickly give them an idea of how long you have been working in the customer service space and in what capacity, right? It's pretty simple. You also want to make sure that through your answer, they see that you enjoy it and you have passion around it. That's it. That's all you need to accomplish. It might sound something like this. Great question. I've been in customer service in my last two roles, totaling 6 years. And it's something that I really enjoy. I love interacting with people. I love talking to people. And I've always taken it as a source of pride to make sure that when I'm interacting with customers, that they have a great experience and I help them achieve what they're looking for. There you go. Very easy. That's nailing the question. Okay, so if you don't have the experience, don't panic. You can still nail this question. All you have to do is say something along the lines of, that's a really good question. I will say I have not worked in a customer service role in an official capacity. That being said, it's something I'm really interested in because I'm a people person. I love helping people. I love connecting with people. And it's something I think I would do really well at if given the opportunity. There you go. And honestly, I can tell you from interviewing people for 15 years, that answer gets it done because you're showing the desire, the appetite, and the aptitude to actually do customer service work. And by the way, if you like this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It really helps the channel. The next question is, what is your availability? Can you work weekends and holidays? I'm going to be honest here. The more open your schedule is, the better this answer sounds, right? If you tell them, good question, I can only work Mondays and Thursdays from 1 to 3 p.m., that's a terrible answer, right? That's not what they're looking for. What they're looking for here is flexibility and people who have the desire to work. Now, if you have limited flexibility, I would still be honest. Just know that it hurts your chances of getting the job. But if you say one thing and then 3 weeks from now after they hire you, you say, I can't work this day, they might dismiss you. Like, that's a very real possibility. Ideally, you say, you know what, I have open flexibility and absolutely I'm willing to work weekends and holidays. And I've done so in past roles. That's like the perfect answer. That's exactly what they're hoping to hear. And if you have that kind of availability, I would say it just like that. The next question is, what do you like about working in retail? And what they're looking for here is they want to hire people who have the passion for their role. And I know sometimes online I catch a little bit of flack when I say that. Because people are like, well, I'm not passionate about working, Ben. I'm passionate about eating and paying my bills. Totally. But you're in a competition. When you're interviewing, you're competing with other people who are interviewing for the role. And if you want to win that competition, it behooves you to demonstrate passion for that. So what you can say is something along the lines of, there's a lot of things I like about working in retail, but I really like helping people. I actually myself love shopping, so I love making sure that other people have a great experience when they are shopping. Simple, straightforward. If you can show some enthusiasm and say something like that, you're going to nail it. The next question is, what qualities that you possess that make you a good fit for a retail position? Okay, so when you're doing this, you just want to make sure you align your answer with what you will be doing, right? What you applied for. If you applied for someone who's going to be at the cash register, you could say, that's a great question. And I think there's several things that make me a good fit. I think I'm very friendly. I'm good with people. I'm also really detail oriented. So when it comes to like handling cash, I can do that while simultaneously having conversations with people and make sure that they have a good experience. Additionally, one of the things that I know is important is making sure that people are aware of the Kohl's credit card. In past roles, I was one of the top performers when it came to getting people to sign up for my prior employer's credit card. There you go. That's like a perfect answer. That's the type of answer that gets you hired. Just make sure you align your answer with whatever role it is that you applied. Now, the next type of questions you're going to need to answer when you interview at Kohl's are behavioral interview questions. They're some of the more popular questions to ask, and they're also some of the most difficult. And it's why I made this video here. Video 2 in the series gives you actual behavioral interview questions they're going to expect you to answer. I teach you the strategy on how to answer them, and I tell you what I would say to pass that interview. So I'm done here, but I'll see you over there.